We're back to the Neil Haley Show. I'm with Mary Shearer Eckert, best-selling author of Wounded Sisters. How are you, Mary? Another great
I'm doing,
topic you have for today.
I'm doing really well, and I'm just going to talk about how, as Christians, we're supposed to trust God. And when we accept Jesus Christ into our lives, we're supposed to let him be in control of our lives. The Holy Spirit lives inside of us, and we're supposed to hand over control to him. And that's so hard to do because we want to take back control all the time. And many people say, okay, God, I've got this. I've got this. I don't need you right now. I've got this. And we get ourselves in the biggest messes by doing that. But as Christians, we should understand that we're not puppets. God is not going to make us do things according to his will. We have to choose to do that. We have to choose to follow God. And I know that growing up and when I was going to nursing school, uh, I had to drive back and forth every day from where I was living to the hospital I was going to nursing school in Kerrville. And it was like an hour's drive. And I had my boys were little. And I would worry about them. And I didn't like doing that. And I didn't know if I was going to finish nursing school or not. And so one morning it was raining and I spun out and I had a wreck. I was okay. I walked away from it. But because of that, I decided to move to Kerrville. And that is the only way that I finished nursing school. And sometimes God lets things like that happen to get you going in the direction he wants you to go. Because I don't think I would have finished nursing school if that hadn't happened. But what I'm talking about is when God, when you make decisions and you start worrying about this and you start worrying about that. And I have seen in the Bible where worrying is a sin because you're not putting your faith in God. And sometimes you just have to take a back seat and say, okay, all these doors have closed. Why are these doors closing? I thought I was supposed to do this. I thought I was supposed to do this and that, but all these doors are closing. And as Christians, we should sit down and say, okay, Lord, I need to pray about this because this may not be the direction that you want me to go. And you make mistakes, and I've made lots of them. And the thing I have learned is you need to learn from your mistakes. What is it, God, you're trying to teach me? What is it about this mistake in my life that I need to learn and go forward? And by making a lot of mistakes, I have learned also how to help women through the mistakes that I made, to help reach out to them and say, okay, this is a better way. I can't tell you what to do, but I can suggest to you a better way. And it's through the mistakes that I myself have made. And you can't change anything by sitting around worrying about it. You can't fix anything by worrying about it. And as I've gotten older, I have found a sense of peace and a sense of joy in my life by realizing God knows more than I do. And he is in control of my life. And my children, my grandchildren, I see them making mistakes every day. And I wish I could just jump right in and tell them, don't do this and don't do that. But the most important thing I can do for my children and grandchildren is to pray for them and give them to God because he loves them way more than I do. And so that is the thing that I'm dealing with this week is just not worrying about it, not trying to control the outcome, and just finding some peace and some joy in the life that I'm living right now in the place that I am. Especially with this book, I never in my wildest dreams thought this day would come when I would be a real author and have a novel that everybody is reading. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day. This is a department store. And I found out I probably can get my book in there. So I'm working on that. But all these wonderful things happen when you take a back seat to what the Lord wants you to do. And you told me a while ago that you were a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher, but God, that wasn't his plan for me. I became a nurse. And by becoming a nurse, I learned how to help people. And that is one of the things I love to do is to help women through their problems. So God's plans are way better than my plans. And he can see ahead things I cannot see. And when
Right.
those doors close, I don't need to open them. I just need to sit down and pray. Okay, God, that door is closed. Now show me where you want me to be. Show me what you want me to do. Show me the direction that you want me to go in, especially with this book, Neil, because I want to get it out there as a ministry tool to bless other women.
All over the world. And that's your goal.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's where, creating a movie short out of this and really looking at the next book coming out, and we see these characters come to life because
Yes.
people need this, and you're just getting the greatest feedback in the world. So you just got to keep on writing.
Well, I am. I certainly am. And I thank you for everything that you're doing.
Well, you're welcome, and it's a joy to work with you because I see how much this is a passion for you
It
to
is.
help others, and you know how to. You have the resources now. You know how to go out there and tell people about this because you're not telling them about you. You're telling them about God's story,
Absolutely.
a story of redemption, a story of people going through things in life and being able to get through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is exactly what I want to do through these stories that I am writing.
Well, you're
Bless
getting
other
there
people.
for sure. And then more and more book signings coming, right? More coming.
Yes. I have one next week in Kerrville. And then I have a bunch out in West Texas where the setting of the book takes place.
Mm.
I have several out there in August, and I have one in July in Mason at what we call a roundup. It's like a arts and crafts fair. And then I'm also going to be getting, hopefully get my book into Hobby Lobby. And also Barnes and Nobles has the book, but it's online only. So I'm going to contact several of the Barnes and Nobles that are close to me and see if
They're
I can
going to
get a
say
book
yes.
signing
They're
in
going to
there.
say it. One of my clients just started first author. She went ahead, and that helps having that bestseller label. There you go. Best-selling
Okay.
author. And and you're ready for the next one. And
That's
you're
right.
already writing the next one, right?
I
You're
am. I'm right in the middle of it.
and what do you think keeps you going? Got to
What
just
keep,
keep going.
what it keeps me going? Well, actually, to tell you the truth, is everybody's response to the first book. They didn't want it to be over. I never thought I'd see that. And they said, "Well, when's your next book coming out?" And I'll tell them, I said, "It's going to be a sequel." And everybody has come up to me and said, "Well, when's the sequel coming out?" And so there's my incentive to sit behind this computer every day and start getting those chapters done so I can get that out there.
It's
But
fabulous.
I have wonderful, wonderful feedback. So that's
I'm
that.
I'm very excited for you. I think that it's going to continue to grow. Go to maryshearereckert.com to find out information on Wounded Sisters, and write an Amazon 5-star review. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show. And we'll be